Hey, what is happening? What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to create like a cinematic scene with cinematic lighting, and it's going to be a landscape, so you can always add different things, but I'm going to show you the basics of it, how to light it, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully you learn something. Make sure you check out the Patreon and subscribe if you enjoy the video. I'd appreciate that. So first thing, Shift A, we're going to get a mesh, we're going to get a plane. Okay, S, we're going to scale it up something like pretty big, something like that. And that looks good. What I'm going to do is just click on my camera, go to Z, and then go G, bring it back somewhere like that. Looks good. Okay, now click on the plane. I'm going to go tab, right click, subdivide, click there and subdivide it probably about 150 times. Okay, then what I'm going to do is go to proportional editing, and then make sure smooth is enabled. Click there, hit G, make this pretty big, something like that. Then again G, make it pretty big like that. Go to the front, something like that. It's looking good. And then somewhere there, G, make this one pretty big, something like that. And then this one as well, G. And it's looking quite nice. You can click there, G. That looks good. Okay, now we can go tab, shade smooth, and then go hit Control A to apply the scale. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the world completely dark. So I'm going to click there, go to world, bring this all the way down, and then I'm going to just click here and use that. Okay, now let's go back here, and now what you want to do is you want to basically get a kind of like a some volume. So what I use for that is I go Shift A, mesh, get a cube, S, let's scale it up all the way so it covers the whole scene, something like that. And then what you can do is you can go to scale, so there, and just bring it down, something like that. X, G, bring this up, somewhere like that, and bring it down, something like that. Is perfect. You don't want it too big, you don't want it too small. And then you can click on the cube, go to shading, so click there, hit new, click on the principal PSDF, delete it, go Shift A, type in volume, and get a principled volume, and plug the volume into the volume. Bring this density down to about 0.05. We'll play with it later on till we get something we like. Okay, you can hide this for now, so click there. Now what I want to do is I want to get like a model or something that's going to be the focal point of the scene. I'm going to use a car, so I'm going to just click there, go to models, and I've got this one saved here, and I'm just going to bring it in to the scene. Okay, now we can click on it and go raw, and we just rotate it something like that, and then go G. I'm going to bring it like that. We might need to adjust the scale later on, but this is looking nice. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a light inside. Okay, so you can see this one was pretty highly detailed. What I want to do is I'm going to just add a area light. So go Shift A, get a, not an area light, a spotlight, point light actually. Point light's probably the best. And then G, bring it up, make sure that it's in the car. So go here, boom, G, bring this here, something like that, and that looks good. And what you can do is you can play with this power. So let's go to about 200, and then let's have a look. That's looking nice. Let's go back to our camera. You can see it just adds a bit more to it like that. So that's looking fine. And it actually makes the light also shine, which is what we want. So let's go back here. You can obviously always play around with it later on. Next thing I want to do is I want to bring in a HDRI, quite a dark one. You don't want something too bright, so I use Blender Kit. Feel free to check it out. And yeah, I'll use this one there. Then just go there, boom. And there we go. Now if I go here, you can see, and then you can play with so with it selected, what I might do is bring the power down. 0.1 is fine. And then if I bring back the cube, you can see they're starting to look nice. You can see it's nice and dark, but it's still well lit, and you got a little bit of the sun coming out of there, which is pretty cool. Next thing, I might just bring it up one more. Something like that. So now what I'm going to do is add grass. So I use Polygonic, but you can, you don't need to use grass. You could just use a normal plain, but I like grass for these kind of scenes. So I'm just going to click there, boom. And I'm just going to add basic grass to the scene. That looks nice. Then we can see there how nice that looks. Now something like that looks good. What we can do is we can just bring this up like I showed you there. I just brought this up a little bit and click on the camera, go Control Alt 0. So we got the side view. That looks nice. And we can just shift our camera up a little bit. So there, X, bring the Y up. Obviously it's still very dark. So what we can do is we can add another light, almost like hide the cube. So we can see what we're working with, and then we can almost add like a Shift A, let's get a light, and we can get like another point light. So there, and then go here, G, let's bring this somewhere there. And what you can do is you can bring this up pretty high, so about 1000, and go back here. Okay, and now bring the cube back. Okay, obviously it's a bit bright now. So let's bring it higher. So the higher you bring it, you can see there, higher you bring it, if I go G, bring it somewhere like that, it will be not as intense. So you can see there, that looks nice. And then obviously this area light, the first one is a little bit bright. So we can bring it lower, somewhere like that. And let's have a look now. Okay, so we now need to bring it up a bit. Just until we see it. There. Okay, that's fine. And then you can look for a spot that you like. Let's bring up our HDRI a little bit. So 0.5. You don't want it too bright. You don't want it too dark either. Let's go back here. Let's bring our Porsche. And let's bring it G. Bring it somewhere like that. That's looking pretty nice. We just rotate it a touch. You can see if I take the cube away, that's what it will look like. And we can go get a camera view like that. Control Alt 0. That looks quite nice. Then just move your somewhere like that. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Now obviously we need to bring that cube back for that fog. And this is looking nice. What I can also do is I can change this light color. So let's make it like a orange. So click on the point light, change the color, make it like orange. It just makes it look a little bit more cinematic. And you can always bring the light, so click on it, somewhere like that. It looks a little bit better, and then we can just make it a bit brighter. So let's go with 400. That's looking nice. And second light is this one. We can always make this also brighter, so go with like 2000, and then change the color to like a blue, and you can see that's starting to give it a nice look. What you could always do is, if you don't like the HDR in the background and you want it to be completely dark, you could always just click on it, boom, make this 0, and see how that looks. But it's obviously a little bit dark in my opinion, so I always try to bring it back something like that. And now we just need a little bit more lighting. So click here, let's hide this cube. So what we can do now is we can get a Shift A, go to light and get a point light. No, it's point light, a spotlight, sorry. And then go X, G, bring this up like that. G, bring this forward. Go to Z to top view. And now you can see where our camera is. Our camera is there. And the spotlight is here. And then what you could probably do is go R twice, rotate it to something like that. So it shines a bit on the car. Something like that. And then obviously want to change the color. It's like a blue. Then bring this up. And let's have a look now. Let's bring the cube back. Boom. Now we can bring this up to about 500. And you can see they're starting to add nice there. So we can go 1000. And look how nice they're starting to look. Go 2500. And you can see now the grass is starting to come in there. And it's looking nice. Now what you could do is hide the cube. And we can scale this. Something like this. You can go G, bring it up like that. So it shines on the whole scene. And now we might need to increase the power. But let's have a look. Yeah, so then get like 10,000. And then you can see the grass now, which is making the scene look a lot better. And then you could always, like I said again, if you don't want the HDRI, you can hide the HDRI as well. And you just get that nice fog as well. Without the HDRI, you can bring the HDRI back. And the spotlights. You can always change your spotlight color. So if you want it like that, that's also looking pretty nice. That looks pretty good as well. And then you can hide this. That also looks pretty good. So I'm just showing you. It's not, it's just preferences, how you like it, how you want to light your scene. But you can see the different types of things you can do with your lighting. And it's amazing what you can do with lighting. And yeah, thought I would just show you how to cinematically light a scene really easily with that nice fog, and just talk a little bit about it. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully this video helped you. Make sure you subscribe, check out the Patreon, check out Blender Kit. See you in the next video. Peace.